Welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Theorists, and today we're yet again talking about another topic which is close to our heart of Babylon 5. We're talking about the existing, or well, at least the remaining actors from Babylon 5, and seeing what roles they might reprise, or what we'd like to see them, roles they could take up in the reboot.
So, yeah, no, that's right. There's obviously far fewer of the cast, sadly, than there was 15 or 20 years ago, but those that are around, many of them are reportedly keen to come back. I know Claudia Christian has certainly tweeted that her and JMS have been speaking, so that's promising at least. And so we thought
she even hinted at actually having speaking roles, which was is exciting. I'd love to see her back, but what role are we going to see her back in? Highly doubt it's going to be another Ivanova.
No. Unless it is an Ivanova, and Ivanova is no longer the first officer of Babylon 5. But who knows? I don't know what JMS is going to do there, but I know that you and I can make some pretty bold decisions here. So
we've got some ideas.
Yeah, of course we've got some ideas. It's what we do. We theorise.
Of course we do.
So straight to the top, Bruce Boxleitner. Now we've discussed this in a previous video, haven't we?
Yep, easy. Put him straight to the top of Earth Alliance president.
Yeah,
exactly. I say, like a Santiago type character, would probably see a lot more of him based on Earth, have an Earth-based storyline. And that'd be fantastic for him to reprise that.
Yeah, really positive, open, outward-facing Earth attitude, looking for peace, greater understanding of all these new aliens that Earth are encountering as they sort of spread amongst the stars. He'd be perfect for that. It's just an expansion of his original role, and it makes it so much better when we take that away a bit later on, assuming that Earth goes the way that Earth goes in the original series.
Again, big assumption.
Always a big assumption.
Yeah, it's always a huge assumption. So, who's next?
Who's next? Well, we've already mentioned her, Claudia Christian. She's already hoping to have speaking role in the new series. And you and I just thought, what could possibly be better than having her play the one thing she hated the most in all of her role as the original Ivanova.
Bring her back as a psycho.
Make her a telepath, but make her part of the system.
Easy. So much joy and pain in just coming into that role without her saying a word. So many memories. Brilliant.
Perfect nod,
brilliant
isn't it?
Option.
Yeah.
It's a
perfect
brilliant
nod to all us fans, but
nothing to do with the past role.
Exactly. Nothing to do with the past role, but we're all just like, oh, that's so wrong. And all the people who are new fans to the show aren't exactly they're not going to get that straight away, but it will come to them with time.
But then it also wouldn't matter for the new reboot.
Exactly.
So that's why it works so well.
Easter egg for us that doesn't harm the show anyway. So
yeah, brilliant.
That'd be perfect.
So then, some of the other actors that we still have, like Peter Jurassic, who played Londo.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, obviously, the natural choice is again promote him to Centauri Emperor.
Well, it's how he ended the show, isn't it? So
it is. It's how he ended with a bit of aging prosthetics and makeup, but
less of that these
time,
days, and I think they need to now.
Time has just done that for us.
Yeah.
So just slide him straight back in there. And
they could probably dust the old uniform off him, couldn't they?
They could probably. Hopefully, still got it mothballed somewhere.
But you'd have him as he was at the start of the show, really, as an old Republican who really wants to cling on to the old empire and the old ways, the dominance among the stars. He'd be a great antagonist. Yeah. I think that would work really well. Moving on to one of my favourite characters. I say one of my favourite characters, one of my favourite actors. Jason Carter. I say favourite actor not because he was the best actor in the world, but because he was just so deadpan. I love Marcus Cole.
Yeah, which he was one of our favourite characters. So you were right in the first place. So so again, we both kind of agreed. Again, make him a ranger. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to really change role that much, just because everybody's aged a good 20 odd years.
Older and wiser, give him more authority.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He could. He'll say he doesn't have to be the main ranger character. He might have to come in as maybe even a flashback for training sessions or something. You don't know.
He's not necessarily going to want to be using his Minbari fighting pike day in, day out at his age now, is he? So
no, exactly. But still could be fantastic, gleaming pearls of wisdom to the younger rangers of the Reboot.
Yeah, putting them down during combat training without any effort whatsoever.
Yeah, no effort, bosh, down you go. yeah,
I think that'll work really well.
So then, Bill Mummy. Now,
Bill Mummy. Oh.
Yes. So we have gone on the assumption, like we were discussing in the last episode, that there's not necessarily going to be a Delenn. Again, that's an assumption because Mira Furlan being no longer with us. So we've kind of made this decision that if it was us, it'd be a Minbari ambassador and not Delenn. So if there's no Delenn, then there's no Lanier.
Yep.
So
the
Bill
two
Mummy,
were inseparable.
Yeah, exactly. So Bill Mummy kind of put him in maybe again as a Minbari, but maybe put him as a Grey Council leader.
Yes, or even put him at the very top and have him as Dukat. I mean, you'd have to kill him pretty early, but I mean, if his death was the start of the Earth Minbari War, then
that works.
What a great brief return, yeah. So
yeah, it's like, haha, I'm here, I've returned, I'm dead. But everybody's like, yeah, he's back. Oh yeah,
so tragic.
Loved you.
Yeah, I think. That'd be an obvious choice. So far, there's a common theme so far with what we're doing. We're promoting everybody upwards.
Everybody.
As people get old, except Claudia Christian, she's been promoted sideways. Into a much darker role. But everyone else so far, we've just given more responsibilities to because we want to see this previous generation of casts there in more of a guiding role. Or all affecting events on a galactic level rather than, on Babylon 5 itself. And I think that makes a real difference to the storyline.
Absolutely.
So, here's a twist for you. Patricia Tallman, who played Lita. I wondered what to do with her for a while. It came to me today. I would have her be Kosh. I would have her be the voice of Kosh.
That's brilliant. No, that's fantastic. Yeah. Again, I mean, we've no idea what Vorlons would even look like. I imagine they're going to be wildly different from what we had in the 90s. I mean, they were very limited with technology and how they were doing it. But however the Vorlons are going to look, to be voiced by her would be absolutely ideal.
I think
that's a stroke of genius. I think that's brilliant.
All Vorlons might be Kosh, but they all did have different voices.
They did. Absolutely.
And I think that would be, again, it's kind of promoting her upwards.
It is, kind of.
Only, in responsibility, I suppose. But yeah, I think I would love to see that. Well, I'd love to hear that, to be honest. That'd be ideal.
Okay, so Josh Cox, who played Corwin,
Lieutenant Corwin,
who was always in CNC, always
never
dutifully.
Left. Yeah, except for that one occasion he thought he had a date with Ivanova.
That one day thing. Brilliant. I forgot about that. Cheers. But no, I mean, for me, he's still there now. Just put him back in CNC.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Just leave him there.
He's
station. Not been promoted, same station. Just leave him in that little pit at his station. That's it.
Doing
Done.
A really good job. Yeah.
Done. He's amazing at his job. So amazing. They never promoted him. That's it.
30 years between shows and they've got the man for the job yet again and it's the same man.
Same
Why
man.
not? That's
there
brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's it. No, that's tickled me that as I like it. Brilliant. Okay, straight face again. Right, moving on. Ed Wasser, who played Mr. Morden. Creepy Mr. Morden. Obviously, we've already got our own ideas about who we'd like to play Morden. But I would like to see the original one in there in some form of corrupt, maybe menacing role. And so have him as the CEO or other head of a Mars-based company, one of the mega corporations like IPX or something that's explores distant worlds looking for ancient technologies and things like that.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's got that good lack of morals smile about him, hasn't he? And I think you could translate that from Harbinger of the Apocalypse to
corporate
capitalist tyrant. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
that's great.
I'd be happy with that as well. I mean, that's assuming they can get him out of retirement. By the looks of things right now, I think he runs a construction company these days. So he might be too busy on site.
He might be up for a change. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd come out of retirement if
I would.
Doing
if somebody came up to you like, "Do you want to be in Babylon 5?" I'd be like, "Yeah, just on it. Drop my work. There you go. See you later."
No problem.
You would.
Absolutely would.
So then moving
Who's next?
into kind of later Babylon 5, Season 5, Tracy Scoggins who played Lockley. Now,
yes.
Now, again, just for me, maybe a destroyer captain.
Yeah, something like that. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, on the side of... If it goes the way of Earth Civil War again, for me, happily put her battling her wits against Sheridan.
Yeah.
As on the side of Earth
the loyalists
in Civil War. On the
the
loyalist side. Yeah.
Or
personally,
well, what do you reckon? Blow her up or have her captured and have some sort of interrogation?
It's not the way my mind was going, but yeah, I mean, whichever you want. Yeah, I mean, whichever.
Destruction, instant explosion. That's all I'm after right now. I'll be honest, she was never my favourite character, and that's through no fault of her own. It's just she wasn't Ivanova. And
it's true. She wasn't Ivanova or Sheridan, and she sadly tried to be both.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. So, I mean, it was nice to see her briefly in Crusade every now and again as a sort of tether to the past, but no, she wasn't my favourite character. So yeah, she can get blown up on a destroyer somewhere.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that.
Yeah, but someone who I do love is Peter Woodward. So now we're right at the very end of Babylon 5 and A Call to Arms, and obviously moving into Crusade. But Galen, I mean,
fantastic character.
It can be a Technomage again, as far as I'm concerned. It looks very little different these days.
Quite easily walk in as a Technomage again.
Old man with a few more wrinkles.
Or just have him as a mad preacher dating down below. Just as a nobody. Just as a random person. You randomly walk past every now and again and just babbles nonsense, which just happens to be links to old Babylon 5. Yeah.
Oh, just like a permanent Easter egg in down below.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you walk past him, and just shouts an Easter egg from old Babylon 5. You know, just like,
what a great
like
role.
Beauty in the darkness. Like, what? Sorry?
If you go to Zamadoom, you will die.
It's like, where?
What? I'm going to the shops. All right. The truth is a three-edged sword. What?
Like, go away, you fool. Yeah, anything, that'd be brilliant.
Okay, I take it back. No more Galen. He's a madman in down below.
Yes,
brilliant.
All right,
Good call. I like that. Oh, dearie me.
So yeah,
right.
so if we're going down that kind of route, then Gary Cole, who played Captain Gideon.
Yes, indeed. He never got enough time on Crusade to... I mean, he was always a good enough character, but he didn't get enough development. So I think he deserves a bit more. Yeah.
But as an actor, incredibly prolific.
Oh my goodness.
He's done so much work. We'd happily have him back in as maybe a senator, perhaps. Yeah. Have him working alongside, or maybe even underneath Bruce Boxleitner.
Yeah, why not, actually? That follows the power dynamic that happened at the start of Crusade.
Yeah, or even have him as Clark.
Oh, twist.
There's an idea.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. I was thinking maybe like a planetary governor or something like that, but vice president. Vice President Clark, Gary Cole.
Yes.
I mean, he'd probably be expensive these days because, as you say, he's in everything. That man works more than anyone else in television, I'm sure, at the moment. His rap sheet on IMDb is enormous. But Clark, yes, Vice President Clark, and soon to be President Clark. Oh, I'd love that. That'd be brilliant.
That would. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, why not? Good call, that. And that'd give the actor chance to sort of flex his muscles a bit as well, because Clark was always such a bit part character. He barely had any lines, and then his suicide at the end of Endgame, scorched earth written on him. Yeah, it was never. It was never good enough. That I imagine that's because they didn't have an actor for it at the time, and they just decided to do it as a,
Well, like we said in our
shot.
first video, didn't see much of Earth at all, did we? Shame.
No,
we would hopefully see a lot more.
I want to see what Earth's like in the 22. Excellent.
Well, for us, those are our ideas. It is purely the ideas we've thrown in the air, the ones that we like the most. So please let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below. Send us a tweet to our Twitter account @NerdyTheorists. The link in the description as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video and share it with your friends. And if there's anything else you'd like us to look at that's Babylon 5, sci-fi or fantasy related, leave us a message and we'll see what we can do.
Till then, take care.
Take care.